So now I want to talk about piggyback on trends. And you're going to piggyback on trends, but don't be part of the trend necessarily. And if you're in the trend, that's great. Obviously, sometimes you can catch something that's hot, and we've done that in importing things. But sometimes you can meet the need outside of that trend because every trend creates another need. For example, Amazon. You know, when Amazon's taken off and people start selling things on there, there are certain things that were needed to be able to help those businesses that were already creating their business through Amazon. For example, people needed a management system to keep track of their inventory and update it and things like that. They needed things that would help them see what was trending. So companies started creating websites that would teach them some of those things. So out of every situation that's trending, you're going to get something that there's going to be a need. And I'll give you a perfect example. In our community, we saw that there was a trend where there was a lot more holistic centers opening, spiritual-based centers as well. And there's all these workshops happening, but there weren't really a place for people to go to understand what workshops there was happening. For example, we would hear all the time through festivals like, oh, I wish I would have known about that conference, that workshop, that event. I would have gone to it. So we saw that during this trend that this was fastly evolving, there was a big need. So what do? We created an event site where people can list their events and people would know what events were there. So it was a way for them to market, a way to connect the community together. I'll give you another perfect example. During the gold rush, there was a time where Sam Brennan, which is known as one of the first California millionaires, and what he did was that he released in the press and things like that, that there was this gold rush going to happen in San Francisco. But before he did that, he actually bought out all the shovels and picks in that area, in that city. He bought them all out. And what he did was that then he announced it out there. So he was part of that trend of all this gold rush coming to his city, that he knew that it was coming, but he was prepared by supplying the tools that those people needed to be able to be part of this gold rush. So again, you don't have to be part of the rush, but there's other things that might be needed in the process. And there are many, many spin-offs. For example, you might even think of a trend right now. Let's think of something like Airbnb. Airbnb is trending. People are, it's growing rapidly. A lot more people are saying, well, I can host someone in my apartment or share a bedroom or whatever it is. But what are some services that those people that are Airbnb hosts might need? Maybe they need cleaning solutions where people come in and clean that apartment that they're renting or that house. Maybe they need a way to manage some of those things. Maybe they need a way to really communicate effectively to the people that have booked with them previously. Or maybe they just need another service. Even Uber. Obviously now Uber's trending. There's a lot more people working in Uber. What are some services or products that you might be able to create for those people? So in every industry, there's a trend. And I'm just giving you two big industries, but even in your community, there's trends that are happening. So when you see those trends happening, maybe think of how can I piggyback off that trend and think of how can I help those people that are already in that trend that might have something of need because of that trend. I hope that helps.